I created this high quality Next.js website with this amazing production design and all of these sub pages and all of these functionalities, including this functional contact form and meeting functionality and all of these beautiful amazing sub pages, including pricing page, including get quotation page, and including all of these e-commerce functionalities, everything within less than 1 hour, that too without writing a single line of code. I used a tool which is called Bolt.new. So I created this entire website in this tool, but it was not that simple. So I created this entire website in this Bolt.new tool. I didn't stop there. I downloaded my source code from Bolt.new. I opened that in Cursor. I made a lot of changes in Cursor, and then I pushed my code on GitHub, and then I deployed my code in a server which is called Vercel, and then I connected a domain name and then changed name servers and everything, and my website was live within less than 1 hour on my main domain name. And this is how I delivered this entire project within less than 1 hour to my customer, and that too with a very high-end, unique and amazing design. And all that started with one prompt in ChatGPT, but it's not that easy. So I'm going to explain to you in this video that how you can actually develop something like this. I'm going to explain this entire workflow to create this kind of high-end, high-quality, production-ready websites without writing a single line of code. Of course, you can do it yourself without watching this entire video, but the problem is you will never get similar kind of high-end, high-quality results if you do not follow my approach. Just to give you an idea, if you try to do it yourself without following my strategy, this is what you will end up with, because I use same sort of prompt that I used here to develop this website, but results were absolutely different. But if I ask you, would you pay somebody, or if you are a business owner or if you are a freelancer, would you pay somebody $5,000 for this kind of high-end, high-quality website? My answer is absolutely yes. Before this workflow, it was painfully hard for me to get this kind of high quality results from AI tools. So I used to usually end up something like this, and then even after making a lot of tweaks, I still never ended up with a production ready design. So it is not a problem with AI tools that you're using to get something production ready out of it, but it is actually a problem with you because you don't know what exactly you want. So in this video, I'm going to give you a complete, comprehensive step-by-step guide to develop high quality, high-end web applications. If you're not aware of any of these names or any of these tools that I just mentioned, you do not need to worry about that, because I'm going to give you a complete beginner-friendly step-by-step guideline. All you need to understand is what exactly you are looking to develop. So before you proceed, please do not forget to subscribe this YouTube channel. And if you think you have learned something from me, just press that like button. Alright, the first step is you should clarify and finalize that what exactly do you want to develop? What sort of design do you want? What sort of functionalities do you want in your web application? If you have no idea, I highly recommend you to explore some existing templates. So what are the templates? Let me just walk you through that. So if you just go to Google and look for Webflow templates, just look for this Webflow templates and just look for any of these templates. We are not going to use or buy anything from here. All we need is we just need to look for some sort of inspiration, look for some sort of reference that this is what we need to this is what we need to develop. So I found a template from this Webflow website, and this is the template that I actually got as an initial inspiration that okay, my website is related to AI and tech, and this is something that I want to develop. And if I kind of create this thing from scratch inside Bolt.new, and I think that would be really good. So I got this as a template. So you can explore if you are developing something in education niche, or in maybe in food and drinks niche, whatever niche you are going to develop this website or web application, you can just choose a tool from here. So you can just choose a template from here. You don't need to buy anything from here, because all of these templates, one of these is like 129 USD. You need to buy anything from here. All you have to do is just get an idea what exactly do you want to develop. And as soon as you finalize a template, So let's suppose as I finalize this one. So let's suppose if you have finalized this one, all you have to do is now take a screenshot of this template of this entire page. How you can do that? You can use something which is called go full page. So if you are using Google Chrome, what you can do is you can just search on Google Chrome go full page Chrome extension. You can just click on that and click on add to Chrome. There will be a button. This same button will be called add to Chrome. And because I have already installed this plugin or this extension, so I don't need to install it again. So as soon as you will install it, it will actually appear here, right here. If it doesn't appear, you can click on this small button, click on here, and then you can just like click on the pin icon wherever that go full page is. So you can just simply click on that pin icon, and then it will actually show here in your Chrome tab. As soon as you have done that, what you have to do, just open your template page that you opened. So if you see, let's suppose if you choose this one, so you can just click on view preview in browser, so it will actually open something like this. So if you have chose, let's suppose this one, so simply just open this and then click on this button. What it will do, it will take a complete photo of this entire website, one picture of this entire website. This will be one very long image, and you don't need to worry about that because it's just like a simple PNG image. So all you have to do is just click on this download button here, and it will be downloaded in a PNG file. The size of this PNG file is 3.6 MBs. We don't need to worry about that. This might have a resolution issue. So what we can do, we can simply just, then next step is go to ChatGPT. So I have actually all this like a prompt history that I used for ChatGPT. So what you can do is simply just go here. If you have a ChatGPT Pro, I think only then it will allow you to upload this screenshot. So simply just click on that, and then it will allow you to upload this screenshot. Next, what you can do, so you can simply say that I want to develop a business website for my company, AI Automation Agency. So this was my company name, my client's company name that I used here. I want the website design to look like attached image. I want the header area to look like this with the gradient. Please write a detailed prompt to develop this website using Bolt.new. Please write a prompt for Bolt.new. So you can just copy this prompt from here and paste this prompt from here as it is. One mistake that I made in this prompt was actually I mentioned I want the header area to look exactly like this. So that was not actually header area, that was actually hero area. So this area, which is in a reference image, this area is called hero area. So I really like this hero area because there was some pink design in it, but and as you can see in my final, there is a pink in it. I didn't like too much pink. I didn't want too much pink in there because then my button will not be that much prominent. So I just needed just a little bit pink in there. So that's why I just asked it to like make it little less. So I got it that in Bolt.new. But anyways, as soon as we got that, just click on the instead of header, just write hero section, hero area to look like exactly like this, and then you can simply just click on enter, and then it will actually create a detailed prompt for you. And this is what it will actually create. It will create a very detailed prompt to create a website on Bolt.new. Most of the times, the mistake that we make, we actually start on Bolt.new. We go to, let's suppose, Bolt.new. What is Bolt.new? I'll tell you that in detail later on. But right now, most of the people just come here. They are very lazy. They just come here. They do not give any more detail. They just like write something that I wrote here. So I gave like a basic prompt here. I want to develop a business website. So I gave a basic prompt here, and then it created this basic landing page for me. So if you are lazy, this will what you'll get, but you have to put some effort into it, and you have to make sure that you understand and you actually want to like make AI know what exactly you are looking to develop here. So as soon as you like press enter here in ChatGPT, you see it will actually create a very detailed prompt here. So it has created a project title, description. So you can just copy this right here from this entire thing, just copy it, and then you can directly paste in Bolt. Okay. Alright, so now you have learned that how you can actually find what you are looking for or what you want to develop. So just follow these steps and now you can actually understand what exactly you are looking for, and then use ChatGPT to create a detailed prompt for your AI code writer, which is Bolt for now that we are using. So write a very detailed prompt in ChatGPT as I wrote. The next step is now to using this Bolt.new tool. What is Bolt.new? So Bolt.new is actually an amazing code writer that I have been using for a while. So I actually I got, so this one actually this has a free version as well, but I got a monthly subscription. It gives me 10 million tokens, so I have consumed 5.5 million in just 2 days, I think. So within just 2 days I have consumed this much token on Bolt.new because I was just loving it. I just like kept developing and developing things in this my paid plan. So you can just like get this $20 a month thing, or you can just like simply use the free plan from Bolt.new. There is no difference between monthly plan or free plan, but other than this like token consumption thing. But I will guide you how you can actually reduce the token consumption in Bolt.new, and then use another IDE to carry on your development. So once you are done with choosing your plan on Bolt.new, either you are going to use a free plan or a paid plan. I highly recommend using a free plan in the beginning, so you can actually test this tool out, and then later on you can actually switch to the paid plan. So all you have to do then, you can just simply copy this prompt, then that entire prompt from there, and then you can simply just paste it here. But because I have actually done all that already and I'm going to save my tokens, so I'm actually going to give you a history of all of the prompt that I actually gave to this tool. So I gave the first prompt, and after first prompt I got some sort of like response. What Bolt.new does, let me just give you a simple example. Okay, let's just like give it a basic prompt, and then let's just see Bolt.new in action. Let me just consume some tokens. So you just copied and pasted that prompt from ChatGPT, and what next you can do, you can actually add this that image that we downloaded from that website as a reference, and simply just click on this submit button. Let's see Bolt.new in action. So you can see Bolt.new is understanding my requirements, it's understanding my design and all of that stuff that I want to develop, and now it will actually start writing code for me. So right now it's just like loading and messages at least. So Bolt.new has actually the image pixels cannot be greater than 8,000. If you face this problem, this is good that I tried this. If you face this problem, what you can do actually, I think I faced this same problem yesterday as well. So what you can do actually, you can simply open your image. If you're on Windows, or even if you're on Mac, simply open your PNG image and then try to, right now you can see it's 9,187. You can just try to crop some section out of your page, and something like this. I think this is less than 8,000 or 7,799. So we are right at that point. I think you can just bring it here. So 77, 76, 76. So I think this is good to go now. Simply save that, and now our updated image will be saved in our download section. And you can now simply just go here, click on add, and attach the new cropped image that we just cropped. Click on this button, and now it will actually start creating code. Hopefully, I mean, it won't have any problem with that image that we just cropped. So it should now start. So as you can see, it has now. So what it will do, because we are going to create this project in next.js, so what it is actually going to do, it is going to set up that entire project in right here in our browser. So it is going to install all of the dependencies, it is going to install all of these all of these like files, all of these folders, the entire folder structure, all of that code, every single thing, all of that code, every single thing, it is actually going to write it itself completely. You won't have to interfere in anything while it's actually writing, because it will actually do all that great job with itself. So this is how it actually writes. Let's just see. I think it's still actually just updating this source file, so it will just carry on creating that. So this is how it actually does that. It will just like finish its first version, then it will give you a preview over here, and simply then you can just like carry on with if you need any further changings. So let's just come back here. So as you can see that in my code, this is all of these files that it created. And then after that I had some like I said link the service page. So I think this is actually the service page version. So as soon as it created the initial version, I needed some changings in my, I mean I had to like then carry on from the initial version to then like making it the way I want. So let's see if it has created here. It's just still updating it. So I think it's hung here. Let me just click on retry. So as soon as I click on retry, it will just try to rewrite that again. Then it will actually set up the project again. So yeah, the first thing that we do, let it just finish. So we ran into a problem again because Bolt is just stuck on this component. It was actually creating this component and now it's stuck there. It never did that before, but I think it's just maybe like some sort of like issue from their side. So I mean, you got the idea that you can just like give a basic prompt and then it will throw you something out of it. So what next you can do, if you just go to like our existing project that we have just created. So as soon as it created the first version, and now I didn't like this header section. So what I did, I just took a screenshot of this header section, and I will just click on this and save it here, and then I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say I don't like the header section that Bolt has created. Please suggest a design enhancement. And if you have any reference design, so because actually I had my reference design, I just took it from here and then it actually gave a reference. But let's suppose if you just want to use another you just want to use another reference, so you can simply just come here, choose another header section, take its screenshot, and then ask ChatGPT to then like create header like that. But because we don't have that right now, so what we can do is simply just we can click on this and please suggest a design enhancement. As soon as you click on this, so now ChatGPT will actually like suggest some enhancement in this design. So what you can do, you can simply just copy it from here completely. ChatGPT will actually give details about what sort of color we should use, what sort of like color combination they should be, what sort of background they should be, what should be the text and font style and everything, each and everything, and how many elements there will be, background, logo and logo name, navigation links, call to action, and then cart section. So you can just simply just copy this prompt from here and then paste it directly into Bolt, and then Bolt will implement those changings. And similarly, same goes with like creating this like changing the hero section, and each of these sections I created that. One thing that you'll notice if you just like zoom in, so there is very small square elements in the background. They were not, those elements were actually not there in the beginning. So I asked Bolt to add some like square elements in the background, add some gradients in there. So you can see in my chat I am asking for different things to Bolt, and then Bolt actually kept doing all of that stuff in here for me. So once you have like a basic version ready and you want like now more freedom to create more code, I highly recommend you using Cursor now. So what you can do, you can simply click on the download button here and it will actually start downloading this entire code with everything for you in a simple zip file. So yesterday when I downloaded that, so it was actually this zip file. So I think it has now started downloading. It is a 49.1 MBs zip file that you can simply download. And what you can do is you can simply just copy it into any directory that you want. And then next step is, let's just like leave it in download section and say Bolt tutorial. Simply just open that and paste it here, and simply just open that, extract zip, and then you can just unzip that project from there and you can see these are the project files that we have got right now. What you can do, you can simply just copy this link to this folder, open cursor. What is cursor? If you don't know, there is an entire separate video for that, but I can just give you a quick short intro to cursor. You can simply just go to cursor.com, cursor, and this is actually an AI code editor. If you want to use free version, I mean, this is free to use. There is a paid plan as well, but you can simply just download it for Windows. Simply click on that. If you're on a Mac, you can just simply download it for Mac, and then it will install a cursor file as a basic cursor file. It will just like create an exe file, and all you have to do then now click on next. After this is downloaded, just click on next. It will be downloaded in your installed in your computer, and after that what you can do is you can simply just click on cursor. It will actually open the cursor interface for you, and then next step is actually click on open a folder button, and then click on this URL that we just copied from that we just extracted our project in this URL. As soon as you do that, you can just click on select folder, and this will actually open cursor this project inside cursor just like this. I mean, I opened this project in here, and then what is next step? Next step is actually you can now click install dependencies in here. So the first command after you are in cursor, what you have to do, you simply have to come to this terminal option. So if you do not see what I am seeing, what you can do, simply click on this toggle control I button and click on this button here. So you can just see like this chat section and this terminal section, this problem section. So you can simply just come to this terminal, and then you can click like run npm install. As soon as you run npm install, what it will do, it will actually install all of the dependencies that are required for cursor. So as soon as you install all of the dependencies, it will actually then now you can then simply do npm run dev. You can simply do that, and it will actually run your project locally. What it means, your project will actually now be executed. Initially you are running this project inside Bolt.new, but now you're actually going to run this project locally. The reason why I'm actually giving this absolute beginner a guide, because most of you might not be programmers, so you have never used it before, you don't know what it is. So that's why I'm just like giving you a very beginner guide. So as soon as you run click on this run npm run dev, it will ask you to now your project is running on local host. So this is the link that you have to copy from here, and then come here, and you can see this is now running on localhost. By the way, on my website I embedded a simple YouTube video just to give you an idea. So a video is running there and everything. You can see my project is running locally inside cursor in here, and you can simply just see everything is functional. All of these pages are functional. All of this everything is functional now. So as soon as you have now everything in cursor, what you can next do, if you want to modify or change anything inside, the reason why actually we got this in cursor, so we can actually have this locally in our IDE. What is IDE? IDE is actually just you can say it's a code editor or AI code writer. So cursor has a very nice feature which is called cursor composer. So if you can again, you can just watch a separate video. You can find this on my channel, a cursor beginner tutorial. So you can just click on command control shift I, and it will open this cursor composer, something like this. And then this is just like this section in Bolt, cursor composer. You tell it something here and it does in your project. This is exactly what cursor composer does. So cursor composer, if there is any file that it has to create, if there is any error that you're facing, because I was facing a lot of errors, so then I copied every time I faced an error. So I think there was when I was creating a build, so I was facing this error. So I just copied this error from here directly. I pasted it here in cursor, and then cursor it actually fixed everything for me, made any changes in code. I didn't even interact with code. Cursor did all of that on its behalf. I didn't do anything from my side. So cursor just did it itself. I didn't go through code. I didn't read code. I didn't understand code. Cursor did it myself, because you don't need to do anything. One thing, as soon as you give it some command that change this and this, what you have to do is just you have to click on add, and then click on this code base option. So this way it will scan the entire code base. It will go through the exact precise section where you want to change something, and then it will actually change that particular thing in that particular section. Again, there is a separate video for cursor to like avoid making this like video boring for some people who are already aware of cursor. I'm just like, that's where I'm just giving like a very quick guide about cursor. So as soon as you have done everything, you have tested your project locally inside like your local environment. Next step is, no, your project is still, your website is still not live. So next step is now to push this code on GitHub. So if you are not aware of GitHub is actually just like an online kind of, you can say, a repository where you push your code, where you keep your code. So it is like having a backup of your code always, like putting your code on internet and putting your code. So if you have not used GitHub already, I highly recommend you to like just sign up. It's free, it's simple. You can simply just create an empty, a simple account, a free account on GitHub. I will simply just guide you how you can do that. So let me just go to github.com. Sorry. You can simply just go to GitHub, GITHUB, github.com, and it will actually ask, because I'm already logged in. So let's just open this in a new browser. So I'm not logged in. You can simply just now click on sign up, and simply you can just create a simple GitHub account on GitHub. It will ask you for a verification of email and all of that stuff. You can do all of that, and you can then find me here on your GitHub dashboard. What you have to do next is click on this add plus new button, and then click on new repository. As soon as you click on new repository, name your repository here. So I created my repository, my GitHub repository here. I named it AI Automation Agency. I will create a separate video for GitHub if you don't have any experience with GitHub. So let's just, okay, let me just give you a quick guide. So let's just call it AI tutorial. I'll just, and then you can just click on private or public, if you're public or private, whatever you want to do. But I suggest to like just leave it public if you're not worried about someone accessing your code base, or you can simply just click on private and keep this repository private. Then simply just click on create repository. As soon as you've done that, now you have got a repository link. This link is exactly like this link where I have pushed my code already. Again, if you have like experience with, if you're a programmer and experience with GitHub, of course, this is very boring and very basic for you. Now, next step is what you have to do. You have to copy this, like run these commands one by one. You have to copy this git init command and run it in your terminal. If your project is running already, click on command control plus C, and then control plus C, just so it has now stopped the local server, and just simply just paste that git init command here. What it will do, it will actually initialize git inside your project. So as soon as you have done that, next step you can do is you can just, okay, fine, just do git add readme. If you don't have a readme file, just this point, this step is not very important. Next step is actually you can just click on git commit m first commit. So you can simply just after you run that command, next run this command right here. You can change what you want to write in commit. So write something. I just wrote something. Just write anything in the command. It will actually show as your commit kind of this kind of comment here. So each time when you commit something, you just write a comment to later on to keep you like to memorize that, okay, what you did in that command. Next step is actually now you can actually do this git remote add. So as soon as you just copy this again, run it in your IDE, git remote add, and simply then as soon as you run that, it will actually, if you're not logged in into GitHub for the first time, it will actually ask you to log in on screen. It will ask you to log into GitHub, and you can then simply just use your login details right here in your terminal, or it will maybe open your browser and you can just log in there, and then it will be synchronized. Your project then will be synchronized with GitHub, but not with your repository yet. I think with the repository as well, because you actually did that. So it will be synchronized with your repository. The next step is then we can finally run this command, which is git push origin main. So as soon as you do that, it might give you an error because this is a main branch. I'm not going to go in detail if you get an like what is a main branch or what is a master branch. So it might give you an error if you run main. So what you have to do is just remove that and click on just write master. So if you're not on main branch, you're not on master branch, you'll be on main branch. So just do that. As soon as you push your code on GitHub, so your code is going to be shown like this on GitHub, and it will show like something like this. You can then simply just refresh your GitHub repository, and this is how it will show. If you do not know where your repository is, simply just go to your profile and then go to repository section. And if it does not show you that this is, I think that this is the AI automation agency. This is my repository that I created to push that code in there. So you can simply find that. Now your code is on GitHub. Now the next step is actually now to deploy this code on a server. There are various ways. I mean, there are hard ways, there are simple ways, there are simplest ways. I will suggest you the simplest ways. So when it comes to deploying your code on server, you need a server. A server is a computer where you are going to host your code, so your website can be actually accessible whenever somebody wants to access it. So how you can actually do that? So you need to buy a server, or if you don't buy anything, so I am actually going to, in this tutorial, I'm going to give you a free alternative of a server. So I usually use VPS servers from Hostinger. Again, that is too complicated, going to be too complicated for you if you don't have any experience with servers or like with VPS servers. So that's not a problem. What you can actually do, there is something which is called Vercel, Vercel. So you can just go to Vercel, and I'm actually going to walk you through how you can actually set up things on Vercel. So simply just go to Vercel and go to Google, write vercel.com. So again, because I have created my account already, you can simply just come here, vercel.com, and this is what you'll see. You can just simply click on sign up and simply just sign up with your GitHub account or simply with your email. Simple sign up process. There's nothing difficult in that. As soon as you log into your Vercel account, you'll actually come up with something like this, right? These are going to be all of your projects that you have deployed on Vercel. So what you have to do, you have to now connect your GitHub repository to Vercel to directly deploy your project on Vercel without any extra complexities, any extra steps. All of those steps you are just going to skip. All of the server management, all of the AWS. For a beginner, you don't need to pay anything to Vercel. I think there is they have like very generous free plan, so you don't need to, like, if you are expecting maybe like 5,000-6,000, maybe 10,000 traffic, Vercel won't charge you anything. You can have as many projects as you want on Vercel. So what you can do is you can simply just click on add new, click on project. As soon as you click on project, and then it will ask you. So because my GitHub repository is synchronized with Vercel, so my all of the repository will be shown here, and this is my AI automation agency, and this is the new repository that I just created 5 minutes ago. So I can simply click on import, and it will just import this repository on Vercel. So because I have already done that, and this repository is empty right now, so I will not click on that, but you can simply click on that. It's a simple next process, and Vercel will actually deploy your code on here on Vercel. So first time maybe you deploy, you will find some errors. So this is how you'll find errors. You can just like go to that error tab and then simply copy here, and then you can come here on your cursor composer, paste your errors here, that okay, this is the error that I'm facing while I'm trying to deploy on Vercel. Please try to fix it. So cursor will actually fix your any errors that you face during deployment on Vercel. The next step is, as soon as you have like figured out all of the errors, or if you don't face any errors anymore, so it will simply just like show you something like this. So this is where your website is actually going to have this kind of long URL with like it will be a Vercel subdomain on Vercel server. You haven't paid anything yet. You don't need to pay anything yet because you got your project accessible. So you can actually reduce this long link if you while you're deploying your connecting your GitHub repository, you can reduce the link and make it short, and you can have something like AI automation agency.vercel.app, something like this. So now you got like your project live, and you can now share it with your family and friends. But the next step is, if you want to now connect this project with your actual domain name. As you can see, in my case, I had AI automation agency.xyz, that domain name that I purchased on a domain name provider, something like Hostinger, something like 123reg, or something like similar kind of domain name providers. If you have purchased your domain name, all you have to do now, connect your domain name with your Vercel hosting panel. So there is something which is called name servers. So let me just walk you through that. If you just go to Vercel, so Vercel has a section which is in here. There is a settings section, right? Just click on setting while you're inside your project. Just click on settings. Here are settings, and then click on domains. As soon as you go to domains, and here it will actually, you can add a new domain into Vercel. As soon as you click on that, it will actually give you something which is called name servers. So what are name servers? So Vercel has default name servers. You can find name servers. So Vercel will actually give you this ns1.vercel.dns.com and the ns2.vercel.dns.com. So these are the name servers that Vercel has actually. You can use this in your whole domain name provider. So let's suppose I purchased this domain name on Hostinger. Hostinger is actually again a platform where you can buy hosting and you can now buy domains as well. Let me just log into my account. I simply logged into my account. You can simply sign up, and then you can buy this domain name. I have purchased so many domains. I won't show you my domain name portfolio, but okay, I think you just saw it. Okay, fine. So I purchased this domain name, AI automation agency.xyz. You can just like have this domain name. The most important part here is you can go to this DNS/name server section. As soon as you go there, it will have a default Hostinger name servers. So what you can do, you can simply click on change name servers. As soon as you click on change name servers, this is where you can actually enter Vercel name servers, because I have already entered that as I showed you. So you can simply just add your name servers here, right here, and then click on save. As soon as you do that, you can come back to Vercel. It will refresh, and then it will say that okay, it will take like at least 15 to 20 minutes to update name servers from the domain name provider. So you can just keep refreshing, within 15-20 minutes it will be done. It will be connected here and redirected completely to your actual domain name. And now your domain name is connected to your hosted website, hosted project, and you can simply then access it by clicking on your actual website URL, which is this AI automation agency.xyz. So yeah, this was the kind of process, and you can still like get this, as I told you, that you can develop this like high quality website within like Bolt.new. We didn't write even a single line of code, and the entire thing was developed without writing a single line of code. So yeah, this is the entire step-by-step guideline to make something production ready, to deploy, from writing prompt, finding a reference, then creating a prompt based on that reference, then going to an AI code editor, explaining it with that prompt, then getting that source code, importing into your local IDE, testing it locally, running it locally. By the way, you could directly deploy that on your I mean, there is actually an option to deploy it directly, but it will actually cost you money to deploy it on here, because it actually deploys on Netlify. I'm not a big fan of that, so you can simply just deploy it over there. Okay, so but I, just to like save you time and money, all I did, I just like simply like downloaded the source code, opened it in Cursor IDE, then I continued with my development inside Cursor IDE, and then I deployed it inside like push the code on GitHub, and then deployed it on Vercel, and then connected the domain name with Vercel hosting account. So this was the complete detailed guideline related to like how you can actually develop something production ready, how you can deploy and not only like simple basic design that you create like on v0.dev and then you become happy, but actual high-end end-to-end deployment, and then having an actual website URL that you can actually deliver to customer. So if you are able to like follow all of these steps, create something high quality, high end based on the reference that you got, you can definitely close really good projects. Like you can sell this kind of website development services easily for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and it will not take you more than 2 to 3 hours to develop this. If you're a beginner, if you are an expert, you can do this within 1 hour, that the way I did. So this was it. If you have any questions, just let me know in comments. If you are confused about any step, I can actually record a separate video to clarify your confusion. But I think this was it for today, and see you in next video. Bye bye.